Detroit Lions fans, what's up? It's your boy Will back with another episode of Detroit Den 313, where we talk all things Detroit Lions. Like Steve says all the time, let this be your one-stop shop for Detroit Lions content. Now, getting right into it today, we're talking about toughness. We're talking about toughness. Nick Saban said a quote. I can't claim it, but I love it. Nick Saban said a quote about toughness. He said this. He said, toughness is the bottom line. What will it take to break you? What will it take to get you to give in? What will it take to get you to cave? What will it take to get you to lose discipline, not play your game, lose focus? The list goes on. You get it. You understand it. And I think that Dan Campbell has created a Detroit Lions team that is probably one of the toughest teams that I've ever seen in modern day football. Now, you go back to the olden days to where these guys were playing without a face mask and that type of stuff. Okay, that's different. I don't even know how you put those guys in a conversation. But if we're talking about modern day football, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes has put together a football team that is tough as nails. Tough as nails. This not just catch sayings when you talk about the Detroit Lions, when you're talking about gritty and when you're talking about it's going to take more. No, these guys are actually out there getting to the business. It doesn't matter who we lose. Those guys are going to show up and go to war, and I'm loving it. I'm proud. I'm not happy. I'm proud to be a Detroit Lions fan right now. Now, getting into that, I want to talk about one of the reasons why I think that this team plays the way that they play, because we have tone setters, right? Tone setters. And one of the major tone setters to me is Amon-Ra St. Brown. So let me know if you agree right now. Let's start with that. Drop it in the comments. Do you believe Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the key tone setters to this game? And if you don't know what I'm saying, I'm going to expound upon it. By tone setter, I mean this. Amon-Ra St. Brown, every single game, the first offensive snaps, you watch him set the tone for how we're going to play the football game. He sets the tone for what this game is going to be about. He lets these guys know what it's going to be. When we played the Green Bay Packers and it was a hyped game. They were talking about their DC and all the creative things he's been doing. He stunts 40% of the game, kind of like when Minnesota and they were talking about theirs, man, with Brian Flores and how he was doing all of these different exotic blitz packages and what was that going to look like for us, right? Amon-Ra St. Brown started that football game. Let me load it up. I'm loading in the first offensive play for the Detroit Lions. This is how Amon-Ra played that snap. Now, this is a run play to David Montgomery. Amon-Ra is up top, right? Now, he is going to be just blocking, right? And it looks normal in the beginning. Just blocking. And then it changes right there. It changes right there into, hey, I'm just going to let you know what this is. I'm going to let you know we're going to be here all day. We're not scared, right? We're ready to get after it, right? Right. It's a little bit nasty. It's a little bit fearless. It's special what we're doing, man. It's not just in the first quarter. It's not just if we're winning, right? Dan Campbell talked about a situation to where in a game that we were losing, Amon-Ra St. Brown said, one, I want to stay in the football game. Two, I want you to run the football so I can take out how pissed off I am on the other team's DBs. And he did, right? So that is the type of energy that we have on our football team compared with ability. So it's a certain nasty, tenacious, intense ability that we have from guys like him, but he also brings ability to it. So right now, crazy statistics going on with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goff, but we're not going to get into Jared right now. We're talking about St. So crazy stats. Last 30 targets equals 30 receptions. That's nuts, right? I was talking about it with one of my buddies, and he was like, yeah, but a lot of those receptions are little short passes. And no, it's not. When you go back and watch the film, no, it's not. It may be one here and there, but he's even on the shorter receptions to get first downs or just to move the chains, or the ones that are 3-yard hitters like run plays. There's still little low balls low and away that Jared Goff's are throwing accurate where he's got to get down and get them, right? He's making tough contested catches. When I think about that touchdown in the end zone, or obviously in the end zone, But towards the corner of the end zone, in again the Green Bay Packers game, that wasn't a bunny, man. Let me load that one in. That wasn't a bunny. That's not an easy, uncontested dink and dunk play. He's making plays, man. He's making plays. So you got the fake whip route going up vertical towards the end zone, man, and he's making a play on the football. These aren't easy plays. Jared Goff's giving him a chance by throwing it outside towards the sideline, and he's making a play on it. This dude is balling. This dude is balling. This dude is setting the tone for our football team, and it's special to watch, man. Like I can't even begin to talk about how happy I am to be a Detroit. I don't even want to say happy. How blessed I feel to be a Detroit Lions fan and just be a part of what we got going on. But all of this thing has been making me think about the whole NFL, from sports fans to podcasters to the ex NFL guys who are analyzing this stuff are talking about the Detroit Lions are the hottest team in football. The Detroit Lions are the best team in football. I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist, and I try to tell myself, hey, listen, it's early in the season. When I get on here and I analyze things and do shows, I'm thinking, man, we really gotta pump the brakes because we got a lot of football left to play. But then when I think about whether it's militaries, whether it's teams, whether it's in the workspace, what it takes to be successful, we have those things. We have tone setters that do things the right way, right? We have a culture of doing things the right way. We have toughness, right? We have the pieces to be successful. We have a situation where guys are ready for whatever. They're ready for any situation or circumstance. If we lose a guy, it's next man up. We don't waver. We don't retreat. I don't see how we go anywhere. And then I look at the next 4 football games. We got the Texans, we got the Jaguars, we got the Colts, and we got the Bears coming up. So we're sitting at 7-1 with 4 football games coming up where I'd imagine we should be strong favorites, right? The Texans, obviously, they're going to be in that scope of games. To me, that's probably the toughest game in that scope. But if we beat the Texans, we're looking at, we can see a Detroit Lions team that's going to be sitting at 11-1 potentially. Now, I'm not taking any of these NFL teams for granted. On any given Sunday, a team can show up and kick your butt, but we should be picked as favorites to me in these next 4 football games. That's it, we're setting ourselves up to be a Detroit Lions team that's making decisions. Hey, do you play a guy at the end of the season, not play a guy? What are we going to be doing, man? Exciting to watch. So, guys, let me know how you're feeling. Put it in the comments. Do you think that, one, Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of a couple of tone setters that we have on this football team, and that's what's going to lead us to be successful? Or is there something else that I'm missing? Do you think that is something else that's leading us? Do you just think that it's Jared Goff, or is Jared Goff one of those tone setters as well, man? And leave it in the comments too, guys. What do you think? Do you think this Detroit Lions team's going to be sitting at 11-1? Because I'm looking at this schedule, man, and I'm just kind of like, hey, listen, this could be a team that kind of makes one of those special runs where, I don't know, is this like a 14-win team? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is this like, are we about to see something special out of these Detroit Lions as they make this Super Bowl run? Later on this afternoon, I'm putting out that episode that I've been talking about Zadarius Smith. So look out for that. But that's all I got for this one, guys. I'll be back with another episode this afternoon. Peace.